Hey, what's up? It's your boy Steven McCoy, and you are watching and listening to Sessions with Steven. And today we have a very special guest who he is a former athlete, entrepreneur, a producer, and a philanthropist and actor. He does it all. Please welcome my brother, Vernon Davis.
Good. What's going on with you?
I just appreciate you for coming on, and
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. I appreciate it.
it is definitely an honor to have you on. I know that you're here to speak about your new sitcom,
Mhm.
Union, and what inspired you to take on this role. We all know that you come from the world of sports and transitioning into acting. A lot of people have been saying that using this word with you transitioning to acting, but you have been acting. It's just you've been doing so many different things. So you're getting more comfortable, I would say, in that space of acting.
Yeah, I think the acting space is it's either you have it or you don't.
Mm,
And a lot of people, what I find a lot of people are not susceptible to the things that you have to do when it comes to being an actor. And I knew right away when I took my first acting class at the Shelton Theater of Art that I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it because it was fun. It was therapeutic. It was, there was no there's no. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be famous from acting. You know what I mean? I just wanted to have fun and just do something that I love and enjoy
yeah.
doing. Just like football, I never really wanted to be famous with football. I wanted to provide something for my family. I wanted to like prove a point. I proved that I could do it at the highest level possible. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And
mm,
you always have to have an objective. Just like with movies, you have to have an overall objective, and you have from scene to scene, you have your scene objectives. And the work, the process of creating this world, this character is something that I can really relate to, and something I can take a lot from it. And like I said, it's therapeutic and it's also very enjoyable.
I noticed that you said that you didn't do it for the fame, but you did it to prove a point. Who a point to who? Was it to others? Was
So
it to yourself?
no, I think just like football, I wanted to prove a point. I wanted to prove that I was more than what society shaped me to be, which what society made me out to be. Like with football, like as a kid, I always go back to when I was a kid, growing up in the neighborhood and not having much and just running around with the individuals I ran around with, right? And if you look back, if I'm me and I'm looking at that kid, it's almost as if I'm like, gosh, I'm a pray. I want to pray for that kid. I want.
Mm,
I know. I'm not sure if this kid is going to make it.
mhm.
When people looked at me back then, they didn't think I was going to make it because of the environment I was in and the way they saw me. Running around late at night, early during the day, uh, maybe missing school a few times. Like, I mean, you're on that trajectory is going down, not up. So
Yeah.
I say that, I always hold on to that, and I always feel like I'm proving a point to everybody, showing them that I'm more than what you see me as.
Speaking of children, you've done partnership giving back to children, and you partner with Chase. And I thought that was a great initiative to be able to give back to students. Just even something as simple as just providing items for school supplies and things of that nature. What inspired you to go into partnership with Shake for this initiative?
I really like partnerships, especially if it all has to do with giving back. And right now, I'm actually up for the Community Hero Award with Athletes for Hope, an organization, nonprofit organization out of Washington D.C.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I heard that I know that Stephen Curry is presenting me the award um, via he's going to be remote.
Hmm.
So he's going to either he recorded it or he's going to He's going to come in and do it via remote. But
Wow.
that's awesome. That's cool. I'm very appreciative of that. And a lot of that's a testament to the work that I've done and the work that I'm doing. And I created the Vernon Davis Foundation
Yes.
to promote overall health and well-being through scholarships and school programs and giving back to the homeless. Just, I mean, it just means a lot to me. You have to do that kind of stuff because we hear it all the time. You can't forget where you came from. And
Yeah.
for me, it's imperative that I continue to do the work that I started with back in the day when I was a kid, and the things that I saw, the things that I wanted. And now I'm putting all of that into one, and I'm continuing to stay consistent.
Isn't that the best when you're able to take your career and merge it in with with your heart, the thing of your heart, to merge that all together. And just going into your role in union, you did state that it was it's a character most certainly that has been therapeutic and that has range as well. What inspired you to take on this role? If you can speak about your character and Union.
Yeah, I felt like this character Kitch. I thought he was really similar to me. And when I look at characters, you can normally feel it. Like once you start doing the work and you know the process of being a a reactor. I don't say actor because it's all about react.
Yeah.
um, you can feel if that character's right for you. And I felt like we had a lot of similarities. There's a lot of correlation to me with me, myself, and that character Kitch. He was very uh, respected. He was respectful, and he was like a down to earth guy. Very, very laid back in a sense,
Yeah.
but everyone loved him. He was very enjoyable to be around, and I felt like there were a lot of similarities.
And ironically from DC as well.
Right. Ironically,
So
from DC.
yeah,
Exactly.
so I was that it was taking place in DC and you filming at the Union District Oyster Bar. Like, did that add like a different flavor to the show, would you say?
I think it added the DC culture. I feel like a lot of the culture from out of DC was there, especially with the talent that was
Yeah,
casted. Majority of the talent was from DC. Tommy Davidson, who I grew up with, well, I grew up around. He was a lot older than me. He grew up with my uncle,
yeah,
and his picture was always on our coffee table when I was growing up as a kid. And I used to see him a lot. So being able to share the screen with him and do some work with him was awesome. It was a great experience for me, and it meant a lot.
yeah. I mean, it a handful of you who are an all-star cast. How was the bonding experience? If you did bond with your cast members, any behind the scenes memorable moment that happened
Yeah,
on set?
it felt like we were at a club or a bar for like in real life. And we really everyone got along, and most of that has to do with us being from DC, and it was just great people there on set. And that's what you want. When you work with people, you want to work with a great cast, you want to work with a great crew, and you want there to be you want to have synergy with everyone that you're on set with.
Yeah.
And that is very important.
I must say, I mean, I love DC. I'm always in your hometown and it's a great place. It's a great place that where we can actually experience the culture. So to be able to have a television show that showcases that it it's something that we've kind of been waiting for, to be honest. As a former athlete, you've influenced so many different people, and there's a whole crew of young men who are coming up behind you. I mean, you give back all the time. I don't know what is your mind process like when you get up in the morning to be able to put on your best face, because I know this business isn't always easy,
Mhm.
but you most certainly you deserve that this honorary award to because of the work that you've been doing for many years. And we thank you for coming into the spotlight and making the decision to be a positive light and influence for many to look up to. So not only just children, but to your peers. All of us are watching the amazing work that you do. What would you say to those young boys that are looking up, like, oh, I want to be like that. I want to start off. I want to become a football player. I want to act. Would you say to them, how are they able to maintain the authentic spirit of themselves? Because many people come into this world, and in your world, a lot of times people get lost. They get lost in the sport, in the action, in the cameras and the light.
Yeah, I think as long as it's organic, you're transparent with yourself, and if there's something you want to do, you don't hesitate, do it. Don't be afraid to fail. A lot of people never really recognize their success because they're afraid to fail. And failure is something that can really take over your mind. It's all mental, right? And if you train yourself, if we wake up in the morning, you're continuing to be positive and you're staying positive throughout your life, every month, every year, and you're doing that consistently, you're going to win the battle between yourself and your mind, because the only person that's in your way is you. We hear that all the time too.
Yeah.
I'm in my own way. It's nobody else. It's me. Because when we wake up in the morning, it's all about how we react to everything, how we react to people, how we react to situations, the dilemma. You have to make a make a great choice under extreme pressure, right? That's what it's all about. So if it's something you want to do, don't be afraid. Go after it. Stay consistent.
Mhm.
Stay diligent, and know that the future is always going to be bright if you have momentum.
I think that's a great method. Everything starts from within the home, I always say. Who was those people for you? Who was the positive influence? Who did you look up to influence you to be the person that you are today?
Yeah, my grandmother raised my grandparents, grandma and granddad raised my six siblings and I, and she was the
I knew you
backbone
were
of the
the
family.
grandma's kid. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it. I am
she
too.
was. Yeah, she was the backbone, man. She was the pillar. She would always correct us, and she was always there for us. She gave us love. She prayed. She taught us to pray in every situation about everything, and she was the motivation and inspiration behind myself and my siblings.
I love that. Are you the oldest? Just
I am
curious.
the oldest.
I
Yeah,
knew it. I am like me
yeah,
myself. Like
yeah.
I see the responsibility that you've taken on. And I love it, and you've done well with that. I know that you also have something called Smart Pit, correct? If there is
Smart
a
picks. Yeah,
yeah, will you be able to talk to us about that?
yeah. So smart picks is pretty cool because it's artificial intelligence. It's a platform given to those who are in sports, right? Who love sports betting. And right now we're starting with football, and then we're going to branch out to all the different other sports. But if you can imagine like having someone in your ear, or a coach, or just someone guiding you to make smarter picks when you're betting, then you'll be in a better situation. So that's what Smart Picks is. This gives you it's a platform to give you tips and reminders and to help you with your sports betting to give you a better outcome.
Think that I haven't heard of anything like that before, so
Yeah.
that's definitely first of its kind. That's awesome. And where can people view the show Union? Where I know it's on streaming platforms as well.
Yeah, DCE, this which is a DC platform app that they can go on and get. It's a free app, and yeah, they can see it there. That's where we launched for the moment, but they can watch it all right there.
Awesome. And what do you hope people actually take away from the show?
I hope that people take away. I want them to feel. Normally, whenever you're watching a show or a movie, you always, but people should feel a part of themselves in this particular project, right? We want them to feel good. Want them to feel like relieved and feel feel like they just watched a great. First of all, I want them to feel like they watched a great project, like a great show, and I also want them to feel the love and the excitement, the passion that these people in this show have for each other, and to be able to go on in their life and have that same drive, that same passion and joy and energy that they saw in the show.
I love that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for all the work that you do. And we will continue to follow you and continue to support you and support the show union.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, you're doing good work, man. Keep it up. Keep it going.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, subscribe now.